Not gonna lie, my cheeks are flushing right now listening to this. What a nice first impression on the title screen. Hey guys, it's Sarah again. So, ooh, excuse me. I'm very certain, as of now, me yawning at the start of a recording is more of a psychological habit I've had since my early recording days, so, you know what, I give up. I'll just leave it be. But how's it going though? It's been a couple days. Besides work and a couple other things, I've been mildly stuck in the middle of catching up on my sleep. And so I'm having one of those nights in the past few days where I think, oh, I don't feel like doing anything. Let's check the settings while we're at it. Is the controller allowed? I'll try to do mouse and keyboard for this, even though controller is allowed. But I'm having one of those times where I don't feel like doing anything gacha, because I'm in those phases where it's just daily stuff. What is there to really talk about, besides events and whatnot? So I'm trying to be very picky about when and what exactly I'm doing for gacha game recordings. And so, when it comes to anything else, what do? Well, this is where I've decided, well, as I'm checking through my settings, bit of a confession, I absolutely adore farming sims, and while I was just peeking through Steam, this one caught my eye, but with a couple of other ones as well. I'm a gigantic dork with farming sims, I love farming sims, I'm very particular about the ones I use and play, and Novar's whole, my girlfriend always laughs and shakes her head at me every time she sees me mention, oh look, it's a farming sim I might like. Check this out. Again, hun? Yes, again? So, I figure today, I'll just record my first impressions of this game, and whether I play more off-screen or on camera will just depend on how I feel after this. Our people were explorers, sailing the cosmos, following the song in their hearts. Excuse me. I should have drank some water before this. Their journey led them to the song's source. Yeah, enunciation's bad. The source of all life, Miura. Emanating from the boughs of the Evertree. It was there, beneath the tree's branches, they made their home. Sounds fancy. I mean, narrator mode. Here they thrived, living peacefully in the shade of the Evertree. Their every need met through the song of Miura. They learned to shape the song, and called this art alchemy. They became artisans, architects, and champions of industry. And their humble village grew to a grand city. I should have warmed up my vocals. Though the people flourished, all was not well with the Evertree. Yeah, I wonder why. I mean, darkness had coiled around its heart, and discord wove its way into the song of Miura. You ever thought of hiring, mods? I mean, Discord mods? On the dawn of the last day, the song shattered, and the great city fell silent. And in the silence, something new took root. Ooh, horrifying. The withering. Ever hungry, all-consuming. It overwhelmed the Evertree and destroyed their once great city. Ooh, sounds horrifying. Homeless and heartbroken, their connection to the song severed. The people fled to the far reaches of the cosmos. Oh, space travel. Fun. But all is not lost, even in the darkest of times. One lone voice, one young Everheart alchemist remained. Just one? determined to push back the withering, to restore the song of Mule, and live in harmony with the tree once more. Evertree. Reading bad. I should have woken up my brain more for this. I love the song though. Nice presentation so far. I do like it. Also, I'm not sure how long I'm going to let these recordings go. We will see. Could be one, could be multiple. Who knows how I feel tonight. It is a work night, so I'm going to try not to do much. Or too much. Bugs you catch in your net aren't harmed by the process. We promise. I mean, sure. I'll take your word for it. I'm liking the soundtrack so far as well. Very nice. Again, I'm hyper picky about farming sims I play. So, there are a couple things that stood out to me about this game versus many others that we see on Steam at this time. I am a lover of the Harvest Moon and Sword of Season series. But, I'll go over more about what stood out to me about this game and made me want to try it and, you know, show it off today on this video recording set as we go. Presentation. Presentation is a very big deal for me. Not necessarily just the graphics. Graphics does play a big part. But presentation and the art style and everything else just culminating together is what stood out to me here. I'm liking the sounds as well. So, the world seed is almost ready. Book. I say it's time we wake the apprentice. Can't we let them sleep in just a little longer, Coppertop? The poor dear is exhausted. They've been working non-stop for days. I'll just wake up. Given all the apprentice has done so far, don't you think they ought to awake the world seed? Be awake to see the world seed completed? Yes. Good point. I doubt they'd want to miss that. Oh, did we wake you up, dear? Milk here. Snake. I mean, wrong game. Sorry. Are you wiggling your eyebrows at me? I see the book over there on the side. Are you Book? No. Clearly, you're Abigail. That was the first name I could come up with off the top of my head. Good morning. And you're Coppertop. Okay. Let's see. Good morning, apprentice. There's so much to get started on if... Let's give the poor dear some time to freshen up, Coppertop. Just look at their hair. I mean, my hair is always messy. And my word, is that drool on their face? Oh, yes. Rather a lot, in fact. Don't worry, dear. Take a few moments to yourself. We can talk when you're ready. Interesting presentation already. I see. How about we just go for something very simplistic for the time being, Now, what are these settings? Shape. Oop. Is that something I can do? There doesn't seem to be an in the middle. It's either high or low. I may have turned the game's sound down a little too much before starting here, but we will work on that in post-editing, if anything. Shape. Oh dear. Do I even have to ask? Do I even have to ask? See? Hun? I told you round's a shape. I told you round's a shape when it comes to dieting. And people didn't believe me. I find it funny. I've seen dozens and dozens of character creator things, and here we are. Interesting. Simplistic, yet it gets straight through to the point, I suppose. But yeah, you'll have to excuse me. This is going to be primarily a whole lot of, Really? Is this how they do that? Okay. This is going to be a whole lot of me just not only trying to show the game off to you guys because I find it interesting, but also me just kind of reacting in real time. What the heck I'm looking at here. So, multiple accessories of sorts, I suppose. Or you could simply go without it, that's fine. I'm the type that likes box frames, but I don't like the color. Am I able to change that, or is that changeable with my hair color? Probably not. Doesn't appear to be a thing, but that's perfectly alright. Also bear in mind that the game itself is in its early access stages, so I'm sure over time we will see more and more things change as time goes on. Whoa, that's pretty wild. I can't spin. Okay. Charming. Or I could go that way. Yeah, that works too. It seems I'm missing out on a lot of different hairstyles I could have shown off. Yeah, there's a lot more than the slider shows. So you kind of have to be very picky about where and when you're showing off here. Interesting. Well, at least it's good to know which side of the spectrum is which side of the spectrum is the I'm bald. Wait, hold on. You can't give me a facial hair slider and expect me not to play with it, game. I have to know. You can't expect me not to look. Well, what manner of beard is this? I mean, I normally don't play a lot of male characters in games. But we'll just go along with it. Because why not? Overall, I quite like the presentation over as we currently stand. Let me double check that accessory though. Is there perhaps one of a slightly more color that works with my hair type? You know, I'm starting to get some Steve Urkel vibes looking at some of these. Just saying. I'm just saying. Excuse me. Excuse me. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of digging the mustache. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of digging the mustache. We'll keep the mustache. I almost never do this. I almost never play male characters in video games. I usually always make multiple iterations of some characters that I always like to make. Very, very lighthearted cartoony style, though, I will admit. So, that's the interact. You know, how about we put that down, and then we'll try messing around with this game as my controller first. I think that'll be a good start. Well, okay. Someone wants to talk to you. And here we have it. A perfectly crafted world seed. The apex of the Everhard alchemist art. And our means of restoring the Evertree are... what was it? Evertree to good health again. Jolly good work recreating the recipe from scratch, I say. There were some impressive alchemical misfires along the way, mind you. Remember the frogs? Coppertown. How could I forget? The taste still hasn't left my mouth. Oh no. Now that the world tree is ready, all we need to do is plant it and wait until it sprouts. And if it doesn't, well, what's our plan? Panic? No, Coppertop. No, you're right. It's clearly going to work. I think I like this guy already. What's plan B? Panic! And if you'd like to have a chat before we go, perhaps over a lovely cup of tea, Coppertop and I are here for you. Well, thank you. That's very sweet. Tea's out, I'm afraid. We used the last of it in the world seed. Oh, well. We're still happy to chat. Sure, chat it is. The World Seed is a culmination of all of our efforts, apprentice. You see, since the dawn of time, the Evertree has nurtured miniature garden worlds in its branches. Okay, fair enough. When properly tended to, these bountiful worlds would bloom, scattering the seeds of creation, Miura, across the cosmos. Alas, when the withering overtook the tree, the branch worlds were smothered, and so was the flow of Miura. That's when the world seed comes in. Theoretically, it can grow into a new world in the branches of the Evertree. Planting that seed and restoring the Evertree to good health is our top priority. Do you have any other questions? We'd be happy to chat. Man, I feel like this is going to end up being a multi-video thing if I go over all of these all at once on camera. Yeah, I think we will. I'm running this. I'm firing at the hip with the way I'm doing this right now, so it'll probably be a multi-recording deal. Or at least as many as I can do tonight before I should rest for work. Me? You want us to tell you about yourself? Well, alright. While you were a mere apprentice, Everhard alchemist, I can safely say you're the greatest alchemist in all of Alaria right now. You're also the tallest alchemist in Alaria, and the shortest. So in other words, I'm the only one here. We've got charts to prove it. You mean me? It's been so long since you first came into our lives. So young, yet determined to master the alchemical arts. I vividly remember you telling us you wanted to help make the Evertree better again. I seem to recall you added the withering was gross and icky and needed to go. Ah yes, you said the same thing about peas. I mean, look, it's peas. How do you expect me to like them? But here we are today. You're the first alchemist in an age to crack the recipe for a world seed. To think the old alchemists said it was a myth. You sure showed them, apprentice. Assuming they were around for me to show them. Do you have any other questions? We'd be happy to chat. So many things! Okay, sure. Hey guys. Welcome to this game where literally I go over lore for the first half of the video and maybe the next half I'll actually do gameplay. Buckle up, it's gonna be a long one. The Withering. Nasty business. A blight on our fair Alaria. Yuck! The Withering emerged from... Actually, we don't know where it came from. There it was, though, the moment the song shattered, ready to fill in the gap with its awfulness. It consumed all of Alaria, and drove the people out. And it's still there encroaching on our garden. But I'm keeping my... calipers crossed that restoring the tree will drive it back. Do you have any other questions? We're still happy to chat. Alaria? Ah, Alaria. Lovely place once. Very well reviewed. It was a bustling place of industry and commerce. All helped along by alchemy. I'd sit for hours listening to the noises. People going about their business, hurry-scurry, living their honest lives. It was lovely. It was. Until it wasn't. It stopped being quite so lovely when the withering took root and consumed the land. Such destruction. Oh, it was awful. The people fled the city in droves. We remained behind, of course. Someone had to try to fix things. Still, it was sad to see our friends leave. I know that was especially hard on you, dear. But the work we're doing is important. We're going to make Alaria a home for everyone once again. Do you have any other questions? We're still happy to chat. The Evertree. Oh, our once magnificent Evertree. Such a pity you never got to see it in its prime, Sarah. Whole worlds hanging from its branches, each one bursting with life and Miura. A cosmic miracle. I couldn't even imagine what your people thought when they first laid eyes on it. And for a time it flourished. Grew even more beautiful. But your people began adding their voices to the song. Oh, that was when we came along. The Everheart alchemists became the tree's custodians, working to keep the tree healthy and maintaining harmony between the people and the land. We were very good at our job. We were, yes. Until the song shattered. And then the Miura dried up. When the withering came and the Evertree suffered, and here we are, all alone. Not alone, we have each other, Coppertop. And now we have a plan. Do you have any other questions? I should really stop saying that. That little bit, they'll just keep repeating it until I've gone through everything. The song? Yes, the Song of Miura. Or the Song, as we tend to refer to it. The song resides in all living things, even if they cannot hear it. It is the harmony of the universe, the song of life, the song of creation. It is the song that calls everything into existence, you know? That includes you. It is part of you. You were born with the song in your heart. Your people's connection to the song was unique, apprentice. They could feel the flow of Miura in the universe. But now the song is silent, and we don't know why. Everheart alchemists. Now, I'm not one to toot my own horn. I don't even know how you'd start. Do you even have lips? But the Everheart alchemists were indeed, still are, the finest of all the alchemy guild houses. We became the caretakers of the Evertree. We watched over it as it gave us shelter, life, and food. And we were always careful not to overstep our bounds, never to take more from the Evertree than it could produce. That quest for balance didn't make us popular. No. Over time, we went from guardians to outcasts. In fact, you were the last apprentice to walk through our doors. We celebrated your arrival. It had been so long between apprentices. Of course. By that stage, we'd been exiled to the outskirts of town. The people didn't want us around, so we moved here. And it's here that you worked tirelessly, the last remaining Everheart alchemist, to find a way to push back the withering and restore the Evertree. Alchemy. Alchemy, eh? Now there's a vocation. The art of converting things to their base essences, transforming things into other things. In the old days, there were a lot of alchemy guilds in Alaria, creating all manner of wonders. It was very loud, lots of explosions. We're mostly past that now. Why, even Book and I were products of alchemy, you know. Alchemy helped Alaria prosper before the devastation, and I'm certain it will be alchemy that restores it again. Miura? Why, Miura is the building block of the natural world, apprentice. It's what everything else is made out of. Perhaps you could think of it like a seed of all creation. Now, the song is what scatters these seeds across the universe, forming new matter. And the Evertree is the source of it all. It was teeming with the stuff, until it dried up, that is. But if your world seed works as we believe it will, the Miura will flow once more. I'm ready to go. Wow, this was a long, lengthy thing. Splendid. Let's get this world seed planted to the Evertree and send that nasty old withering packing. Yes, finally, let's actually do gameplay. Oh, don't forget your alchemist tools, dear. You'll need them to care for the budding world seed. Oh, that's a lot of tools. Thank you. I don't know what half of it. Well, I know what some of these things are, but some of these others, not so much. The trusty axe, of course. Can't lob the head off monsters without an axe. That's the best part. That's literally the best part. Well, we've got our seeds at least. Speech bubble. Communicate with folks over long distances. Hey, there's a match 3 game on here. Okay, sure. Here, why not reorder the tools in your toolkit? Okay, well, I mean, look. I'm trying not to let my microphone pick up my sounds too much. So let's do it like this. Something like that. Yeah, good enough. Good enough. We can do it again later if I need to. Righto. World Seed, check. Alchemist Tools, check. Charming Companions, check, and check. I say it's time to head outside and plant that World Seed. Yeah, fair enough. Ugh, wonderful. Hey, you guys wouldn't happen to have a short sword nearby, would you? And maybe a battering ram. Oh, no. The withering must have reached the valley. Are we doomed? I think we might be doomed. So, save us quickly. Use your tools to clear the path to the door. Perhaps something can be done from the outside. If not, remember me like this. Panicked and shrieking. Shrieking. Okay, so we can go through the things here. Let's see, while pressing and holding, you can move R to select the tool. I see. So this is essentially a, yo, we're giving you a reason to try out your tools. So here, have something to smash. Break that roll to get through the door and use that to select your tools. You've got to escape apprentice, blah blah. Yes, of course. Of course, thank you, I will. This will definitely be a multi. Mustache, I'm sorry, I can't not look at that mustache. Hi. You appear to be someone I'm familiar with, I think. Fluffy though. Well, that great winged creature. I thought the withering was upon us. Copper Top, be gentle. You know you start to froth when you get too agitated. How many times have I told it? How many times, I ask you? The alchemy house is not a place to perch. Copper Top, you're being rude. That creature has a name, you know. I mean, we could go for the default name, or we could give it a different name. You know, this won't make any sense, but because of my habits back in my old World of Warcraft days and other things, I'm going to just give it the name I always gave all my pets back in World of Warcraft back in the day. And it's a reference to another character in a different series. There. Puka. Look, I'll explain it some other time. It sounds silly, yes. For those of you who know what puka means in Hawaiian slang, yes. But for now I won't explain it. Besides, where is Puka going to land? The poor deer's roost has been overrun with the withering. Sarah, you must be able to coax Puka down from the roof. Why don't you fetch the saddle from the perch right over there? I mean, sure. You can always walk over to the saddle, but I recommend pressing Y. Why walk when you can frolic? I mean... What you mean to say is, why walk when I can jump around like a ninny? Sure. I mean, I do that enough in other games already. Why not? I'm liking the presentation, though. Ooh, fancy. Nice comfy fit, from what I can see. Alright, big guy, let's go. We've got an unmentioned amount of things to do, and I don't know what those things are right this very minute. But it looks like we're gonna go plant a seed. So how about we start here? Alright, hold it. I'm gonna stop here for now. There's a lot of things, and I feel like this would be better off being in the next part. So, till then, I'm just gonna stop this here. This was a lot of dialogue to go through, I'm so sorry. But I'm liking the presentation so far. So till then, I'll see you guys in the next part. Don't worry, I'll try to release both, preferably within the same time frame, so you don't get stuck on the cliffhanger for too long, alright? Trust me, I don't like them either. Take it easy, guys.